Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. This is the next in a series of videos where I'm looking back on my pre-season predictions for 2024. And this next one is for the European Rally Championship. It's a bit of a long video. I think I probably started waffling in the middle of this one. So I probably won't pause it that much, so you'll hear me talking over myself quite a bit. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey there folks, I'm on to the video. This is a predictions video. I've not done one for a while now. For the European Rally Championship season, which starts off quite soon with Rally Hungary. I don't know exactly when this video is coming out. I think it's coming out the week before. So, much like I've done with the WRC, and much like I've done with Formula 1, Formula E, and the NASCAR, well, mostly the Cup Series, I'm going to do predictions, 24 predictions for the European Rally Championship season. I'm going to start off with this one. There are going to be 4 different event winners at least.
There were 8 in 8. I did not expect that.
Season. And actually, some of my predictions are going to be based off of similar trends to last season. For example, I think the champion will win less than 3 rallies. We have 8 rounds in the calendar. Hayden Paddon only won 1 last year. And
he won 1 in 2024.
But the amount of podiums he got meant that even though he only competed in 7 of the 8 events and DNF from one of them, he still managed to win the title. I also think the champion will only win on 1 surface. So
and he did. He only won
Ceredigion. They're
Ceredigion.
Tarmac events if they've won on gravel and vice versa. I also think that the champion will score less points than Paddon last season or Efra Lorena the season before that. The 2
that was true.
Switched over to more of a WRC style point system. Because this whole Saturday Sunday points thing that the WRC has, the ERC kind of had that beforehand. And I also believe the WRC 2 champion will compete for an event win at some point. Now, I don't mean that they're going to be there at the end and get a podium. They might
Solberg would have been a great lock-in for that.
Be up at the pointy end for a couple of stages and then bin it. But I think that the eventual WRC 2 champion will make an appearance.
Project and Lindemeyer are also competitive.
The next thing is, I'm going to guess there'll be at least 3 different manufacturers at the top step.
We had
last
that
season. We had
before round
Skoda,
4.
We had
Skoda.
Hyundai.
Hyundai made it.
We also had Citroen
4 in the end. We had Citroen
to end off the season.
And Toyota in Estonia.
We could see something similar this season. Hyundai with Paddon potentially. Skoda, the new Toyota. M Sport have got some upgrades on their Fiesta Rally 2 as well. And this actually leads into the next thing, which I think is that at least 3 different tyre suppliers will events. I believe Pirelli, Michelin, and MRF are all competing this season.
Oh,
so I think that we'll have 3 different suppliers winning events, and you may even see Hankook popping up more and more as they're getting ready for their WRC bids.
Hankook won the Barham
I think
in the end.
One manufacturer will win with 2 different tyre suppliers. So Skoda is a great example of this, where they've had wins with Michelin, Pirelli, or MRF.
We had 3 different suppliers with Skoda. Tempestini on Michelin's in Hungary, Solberg on Pirelli's in Sweden, and then Chiteshki in the Barham Rally won on Hankook's. We also had Citroen do it. Bernardo won Rally La Caderia on Michelin's and Andrea Crinola on Pirelli's in Rally di Roma Capitale.
And I think there will be at least 1 home or sort of home win for a manufacturer. So probably the safest bet would be the Barham Rally. I mean,
we got that.
Kopechki is dominated there.
Wasn't Kopechki though.
To that, Eric Seiss has run quite well as well.
And
in the end. I believe if he's competing, he'll be running in a Skoda as well. Or M Sport will win one of their sort of home events, and technically they have 2 this time around.
Armstrong was great at both of them.
The
nearly won Silesia.
New rally in Wales. We have Ceredigion.
And we also Crichton picked up a BRC round win
in Poland.
It was 2 events.
M Sport, I've seen their base just right next to the airport in Krakow. So they technically have 2 home events.
Mentioned you've been to Poland Challenge.
One rally will be won by a one-off entrant. We saw that last season with Oliver Solberg at his home event.
We had 4 of them in the end.
I'm kind of banking on Solberg doing.
I think Bernardo managed to come back for Silesia.
The kind of WRC2 champion thing. And I think that there'll be one winner who won't score any power stage points.
We had that.
Likewise, I think there'll be one person who gets 5 points in the power stage, but doesn't get points in the main event.
We didn't have that. That's the second one I got wrong.
3 drivers could win their home events.
Solberg, Lindenmeyer, Crinola, Strateski. We've got
and
4.
That is probably the boldest prediction that I've got. Though, obviously, with Ila Canaria there...
I think the next one is even bolder.
One as well. Scandinavian Rally... And yeah, we do have a few potential hometown winners. Not hometown necessarily, but home country winners.
I waffle. Again.
I think there'll also be an announcement at some point about the use of Rally 1 minus Rally 2 plus next
This
year.
relied on that
Even at that
being
announcement, if we're just
confirmed.
going to stick to the regular Rally 2s. I think there'll be something because the WRC promoter owns the rights to the ERC that confirms the ability to or not.
See, that was probably one of my worst
the
predictions
Rally
because
2
it
plus
hinged on another prediction coming true in a different thing
I
altogether.
think the championship winning team would use their new point system. They've got a new point system that rewards people
They
based on the
didn't.
tiers that they compete in, which goes back to the old days of the ERC coefficients.
It ended
Somebody
up
knows
being
about that, they're
BRC and
proper
Hyundai
nerd.
who won, I think.
And I think at least one of the top 3 competitors will not compete in the full season. Now, 8 rounds, best 7 count towards it. Hayden Paddon only did 7 events last season. He didn't show up to the final one in Hungary. He'd already won the title, but he just didn't show up.
So, in this one, we had 2 people who had been in the top 3 who didn't do the full season, but for different reasons. Tempestini for financial reasons, and then Mass Osberg because of the horrific crash for him and Patrick Buff at Rally Europa Capital.
And I think
But in the end,
we'll
all
have
the
the
top
same
3 did.
champion, regardless of if we were using the current WRC point system and the current ERC point system.
I think we did, yeah.
So the person who was fastest on the Saturday and the Sunday stuff that we've got in the WRC. That's going to be quite a bold one. We're already seeing quite a bit of changes in the WRC. And
This because I
historically,
started tracking it
WRC would
at
be
that
quite
point.
different if they'd used this same point system throughout.
In
But
the end, there was no difference to WRC either.
we'll see. I think the Drivers' Champion would be from a different team to the Teams' Champions.
Nope.
MRF have won the last couple of them, but obviously Patton was in a solo entry with Team BRC last season.
BRC, yeah. Like with the other
And
prediction,
Then
already
we
had
switch to
Patton.
the rounds predictions, the calendar predictions. I think 2 rounds will rejoin from the WRC.
That was an easy one, because I think I even said
Now,
who the
would that
2 were going to be.
Poland and Latvia, those are the 2 safest bets.
There we are.
But especially with the fact that Ila Canaria, after this season, will be stepping up to the WRC, we could see some more changes around as well. I think at least 2 rounds will leave for the WRC, one of them being Ila Canaria.
The other one was
Whether
Estonia.
it's that
Which I think
Estonia
I'm about
will
to
go
say.
back up to the World Rally Championship as part of rotation.
There we
I
go.
don't know. But Estonia would probably be my safest bet.
We also have Croatia.
I think
Going
one
to the
round
ERC.
will change location within the country. So
Yep.
Hungary's a great example of this. It's moved from being in one part of the country and being a tarmac rally to moving across to being a gravel rally. And Spain would probably be the safest bet for this one.
Spain, yep.
Catalonia's not going to be in the calendar. Ila Canaria is the WRC, so Catalonia opens up all of a sudden.
It ended up
Italy,
not being
we
it.
have
It ended up being
San Poland might,
Andalusia?
if Poland came back into the
Poland,
ERC
yep.
after its season in the WRC.
Mikowaiki is the host again.
It might go back to Mikowaiki. And Great Britain one could change. It could no longer be an asphalt event. I think that the 2025 calendar will have fewer tarmac events than in
Nope.
2024. It
It's-
currently has 5.
I think still
I
5
think
to 3 for
4
next season.
is a maximum. I'm somebody who advocates for more tarmac rallies in the WRC. I think a 50-50 balance is quite good. But I think there would still just be that there would be more tarmac rallies than any other, because I think there'll be an addition of a winter rally.
Nope.
And there are 3 that it could be that have been ERC events before.
And 2 of
The
them
Arctic
are
one.
rumoured for
That
next
is
year
one of
now.
the safest bets.
I say next year for
Have a pure winter
2026.
event. the Yana Rally, which had a lot of snow this year, but
Yeah.
dropped off the ERC.
The Yana Rally
calendar
is being
because of
used
things like a lack
again.
of snow. And then the last one is Rally Lipaya, which
And the other one,
was
the
a snow
Arctic,
event,
is...
and then because of a lack
yeah.
of snow, it changed to a
Lipaya
summer
is going
event.
to stay as summer event,
A
I
bit
think,
like
probably for the
how
foreseeable.
the Scandinavia Rally is using some roads, but is more than it's based out the location, the Rally Sweden was. But of course, with a lack of snow, they changed it to a summer event. But my last prediction, my 24th, is the calendar will remain at 8 rounds. I don't think it's going to go up to 9 or 10. I think at that point it becomes a bit more inefficient and you wouldn't be able to see many people on all of the events.
And there we go. Let's go through that then. So that is, I think, my best one yet. Yeah, because, say, NASCAR I did quite badly with. I think there's one that's even worse. I don't know if it's out yet or not, so I'm not going to say. But I think the ERC was my best one this season. It was 8 incorrect at the end. And of the ones that were incorrect, 2 of them relied on BRC not winning the Teams Championship, which they did. One of them was frankly quite stupid, which was the one about Rally 1 minus and Rally 2 plus, because that hinged on that being confirmed for the WRC. I think a couple of them I was a bit more unlucky with, like the Power Stage winner one or WRC 2 champion, because I thought Solberg or Kryzhin would have been a shoo-in. But yeah, some of these might come back up when I do my 25 predictions. Thanks for watching and joining on this one, and until next time, it's, well, bye for now.